Okay, I've had several people request an update on my yard garden, so I'm going to make a video here and try and summarize what's going on, at least for me. I'm having great success. I've been doing lots of testing with electroculture and magnets. Essentially, electroculture is getting copper into the ground with your plants so that they can collect electrons from the air, the ether, and pull those electrons down in the soil. And certainly copper has an antifungal, antibacterial component to it already, so putting that in the soil also helps with challenges with your plants. My experience thus far with electroculture is that it's really easy to get started, super simple. It's something that's really exploding right now. It's going viral all over the world. People are experimenting, both seasoned gardeners and farmers, as well as newbies that are wanting to grow their own food, and they're having huge success with it, and I can concur with those results. So here we're starting in my driveway in front of where I park my truck, and I've planted maize or corn, and I've got, you can see I've got, in each of these I've got different types of antennas. Some are quite small, some are larger, and so yeah, I've got lots of corn here that's doing extremely well. It's super happy. Early on, it kind of, the wind was blowing it over, so I put these little, different types of support and mechanisms in place until they get bigger and can grow stronger roots to hold themselves up. So those are there. Over here I have some tomatoes. These tomatoes I grew from seed. I essentially took a grocery store tomatoes that are here in Nicaragua, both a traditional, more round tomato, as well as the very popular oval style tomato. So I don't even know which ones these are, because I planted both, and I've got so many tomatoes now I don't even know what to do with some of them. But these plants are going great. I've done a lot of testing with different containers, different soil, different types of electroculture. Unfortunately, now I think I'm at a place where I know exactly what the combination is, also taking into consideration the cost of everything. And I really love these grow bags. They're super light, super inexpensive. You can order them on Amazon. And they just do great. They're easy to, they allow a lot of air to come through. They're still grounded to the earth. The sun doesn't destroy them. It's easy to move things around. So the grow bags are great. I really like those. Those are the best container. If you're going to grow in containers, I'd highly recommend you work with grow bags as opposed to something plastic like this, or other terracotta stuff that is great and made out of the earth, but it's super heavy. And so more tomatoes here. They're doing great. All these were planted from seed, so you can see that they're just thriving. There's extra tomatoes here that I don't even know what to do with. I've got little antennas on that one too. You can see I've got different types of antennas. Some are tight to the wood, some are not. Just testing different things. But yeah, all these are super happy. They're starting to flower now, so they'll be fruiting very soon. This guy, I mean, he's got a monster trunk, super thick trunk on this tomato. I've got this is mint, or herba buena in Espanol here, that's super thriving in this little crate container that I have. And there's copper. I'll show you down in here. I've got let's see, yeah, there's a copper coil all the way through here. They really like this copper coil in the ground. There's also a regular, more of a traditional electroculture antenna that's hard to see because there's so much mint growing here. You see it, there it is. So you can just tell, like, these plants, they love it. I mean, the insects love it. They're all sort of attracted to these electroculture antennas. And as you can tell, like, in many cases, it's super simple. You can make some of these smaller antennas that you can see here that I have, but the ones where you just take a stick, and it doesn't matter if it's bamboo or regular wood, tree branches, whatever you have, and just wrapping copper tight to it, is kind of the, you know, the style that most people are using because it's quick and easy and you don't really have to think about it. I'm finding that when you spin the copper counter or clockwise, so from the bottom you're turning up and to the right, the coil, that's worked best for me. I know that people are having success in both directions, but I've tested both myself and I seem to be finding better results with using a clockwise coil upwards from the bottom. So that seems to be the easiest way to start implementing electroculture, is find a stick, wrap some copper around it. I would recommend maybe starting with clockwise wrapping and put it in the ground with your plants. It's that simple. I have another design for antennas that has been tested for many years now that I think has the same results with maybe less use. You don't need as much copper. That's these smaller antennas that you see here, and you don't really need the crystal. I just added that as a special touch. Here's another tomato that's growing and fruiting. We got tomatoes and tomatoes and tomatoes coming. So everything's very happy with the copper. I've got some of these are all tomatoes, different tests with magnets and no magnets. Cherry tomatoes, those ones got kind of burned up by the sun a little bit. Lots of cucumbers. These are all cucumbers coming in here. So cucumber plants, or pepinos in Espanol. Again, more pepinos. They're kind of, these ones got beat up by the ants, but they're coming back now. They're climbing up the wall. There's another tomato plant here. I don't know what to do with all these tomato plants. Oh my God, tomato plants everywhere. I've got some chard here. I've got basil, a little basil that I propagated. Culantro, which is like cilantro but very popular as a replacement for cilantro, is culantro here in Nicaragua. Lechuga or lettuce here, they're going well. Some sort of pepper that I planted. These are eggplants that are coming up. Eggplant, lechuga or lettuce. Lots of tomato plants that I need to do something with. More mint, roses that are super happy. Some celery here, rajo, lettuce, some sort of chard or salad type thing. Yeah, so I've got my water, making quantum water. I collect rainwater, and I use the rainwater as much as I can, and then I have a pump passing the water through the crystals to make it quantum charged. I've got lettuce here with an antenna in the middle. I've got beets coming here. More tomatoes. Did I say I have tomatoes for you? We got melon or cantaloupe coming up. More lettuce, cilantro, super happy with its little antenna in here. So put that copper in there. More basil. I already took a ton off. I made some vegan pesto the other night, so that there's not much basil on here anymore. It's gonna pop back. More cantaloupes. Let's keep moving. I've got some peppers here. Those are super spicy, those little guys. Some lavender. Got a little lavender guy and a little red cup there. Lavender. Here's my squash. It's exploding right now. This morning all the flowers were open and the bees were just all over the place spreading the love. We got a couple sunflowers that the main flower has died, but we got new flowers coming in. I'm really enjoying the copper. These new flowers coming. I've got some garlic that basically started sprouting in the refrigerator. So now I've got all these are new sprouts, garlic sprouts, which are really delicious to cook with. And a couple of these I planted lettuce in the middle just to see what it does. Have fun with it there. All these, I got a little baby basil. It's a little yellow from getting beat up by the sun, but really delicious. All these are bell peppers, or chitomas in Espanol. We got fruits coming. Again, copper in the soil. I'm doing some different methods here, but it has the traditional antenna here. Look at all these fruits coming in on these bell peppers. Lots of the babies are coming through here. really happy. There's a bunch of the small ones. Took me a little time to figure out the bell peppers here because the temperatures in Nicaragua in the summer get really up, 100 plus degrees, and even though these guys love the sun, they don't really like, that super hot temperature. We've got lima beans here coming through, lots of antennas. Lima beans are super happy. They're making their way up the stalk. Let's turn this up. Looks like this guy. There we go. Let's see what else we got. We've got some peppers. These peppers are coming in. Look at these guys. Peppers everywhere. I've already harvested quite a few peppers and made some chileros from them. They're delicious, super delicious. Again, I got them in the shade under this bigger plant because the heat is a lot here in Nicaragua sometimes for some of these plants. So more pepinos, more cucumbers here. We have some leaf miners. This is a product of what's called leaf miners. They really don't kill the plant, but you can use some neem oil and a dish soap mix and just spray it on there, and that'll take care of them. It'll slow them down and stop the process. So you can see these newer leaves are happy and all as well, but yeah, the leaf miners can come in sometimes. Some roses here. I propagated some more lettuce, keep the lettuce rotating. I've got a little compost system here, so you can see this will be ready in probably 3 or 4 weeks, fully ready to go compost. It just mixed in with food scraps and dry materials like dry leaves or rice husks. You can buy those cheap here in Nicaragua. I've got some eggplant coming here, kale and lettuce and collards and greens, things for salads coming in, kind of back up the stuff I'm already growing. Spinach, lettuce mix, watermelons coming, beets. But yeah, I'm running some experiments with magnets here, as you can see. Again, collecting rainwater where I can. It just pours off the house. I collect that. And then I've got some beefsteak tomatoes. Again, I know more tomatoes. It's crazy. I gotta get these transplanted. These guys are doing so well. Again, using magnets in the sprouting and germination phase. I've got arugula and bok choy here that I need to transplant, and I've got a bunch of okra coming in strong. So again, I've got some different tests going on, but look at this okra. I've got to transplant it pretty soon. It's super happy, and I'm excited because okra, you can eat it raw, you can cook with it, you can pickle it. Super cool. Look at this aloe vera plant that is just already in this yard. This is a house that we're renting. But this aloe vera is, and a part of the reason this aloe vera plant is so big and so happy is that right here is where the ground wire, the copper wire, goes into the ground, into the earth. So it's pulling down energy from up top where your box is, and it's grounding it right here. So there's a lot of energy in the earth, and this aloe vera is loving that energy. So that's the quick. Hopefully it's quick enough. I don't want to bore you with all these tomatoes, but at the end of the day, if you want to kind of know what the quick and dirty formula is for growing successfully and inexpensively, I've got that formula and happy to provide it. I'm kind of at that phase myself where I've gone through enough stuff and tested enough things to where I know what's really working and what doesn't, and where the both efficiency and just getting stuff in the ground and having success with it quickly, as opposed to wasting a lot of time or money sort of building things or putting it together. I've got the quick and dirty formula that you're going to have super success with, so I'll put that together and provide that to anybody that wants it as well. Much love. I appreciate you. Super gratitude for all this abundance coming through, and I'll talk to you soon.